Let's do it in unison. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations!
And take 550.
Ron Polancic here, Brayer.
Mr. Teague, it's Ben Tater. Congratulations!
I know Brayer as he was a student of mine at Hickman High School in Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, big brother, I cannot believe that the year is finally here, the year of your retirement.
Actually, I had his wife, Kristen, as a student also at Hickman.
I was a teacher of Brayer's at Northwestern University many years ago and have been a friend and a colleague for many, many years since.
I've known Brayer since about 1989 or 1990, and I know that's way before most of you were born. So isn't that fabulous?
It's hard to imagine what it was like back in 2012. I think we were still on the iPhone 4.
Shannon's a current student.
And I am Allie Casey.
And Brayer is our son-in-law.
I'm dear friends with his mother, Owen Teague.
I am the mother.
I work under Brayer. He is my department chair at Downers Grove North High School.
I was Brayer's colleague from 1998 to 2016.
We met 34 years ago on the campus of Northwestern, hence my headgear.
Proud alum of the Downers Grove North High School band, class of 2020, and proud son of Brayer Teague.
Mr. Teague was my band director at Downers Grove North High School, and I was class of 1998.
And I was in the class of 2002.
Class of 2012.
2022.
2022.
And I'm Brayer's spouse.
2018.
And we're the class of 2007.
2020.
Mr. Teague has always been my family friend.
And I was in the class of 2020.
Friends and neighbors, as well as marching band parents.
Currently work with Brayer at Downers Grove North High School.
Mr. Teague was my band director.
I am the class of 2014.
Class of 2020.
2020.
And I'm a family friend of Brayer's.
I'm Mr. Teague's daughter and also DGN class of 2022.
I was the head of the theater program and an English teacher at DGN.
And I'm the color guard director at DGN, and I've been colleagues with Brayer for 9 years now.
Class of 2003.
Class of 95, been around since the very beginning, was actually a student on one of the interview panels when we were choosing the new director at North.
I graduated in 2014.
2013.
2020.
We teach together in the Fine Arts Department at North High School.
I've worked with Brayer for 25 years here at North.
And I was class of 1996.
Elm Place class of 1993. I think in this video, only Ben Tater has a year up on me.
I was a student of Mr. Teague's starting in 1988 at Elm Place School in Highland Park.
We're Brayer's family. I'm Amy, Brayer's sister-in-law, last name Teague.
He's been my department chair for my entire career.
Brayer Teague has been my friend for 26 years.
DGN class of 2020.
And I was class of 2022.
And I'm Brayer's brother.
Brayer is my pride and joy.
Brayer is the type of leader who leads in the same way regardless of the things in life that are going on around him.
The epitome of a responsible person.
Brayer does more by breakfast than most of us do in a week.
I hope to continue the really excellent legacy that you built here at Downers Grove North High School.
So I'm talking to everybody out there in the auditorium tonight. How many of you have received an email from Mr. Teague that it took longer than 10 minutes to read and understand?
And a wordsmith with emails and addressing audiences.
If you're not raising your hand right now, you're a liar.
What a run it's been. I mean, think about some of the stuff we've been able to do. Mosaic concerts in their current form, the space that we work in, national travel together, international travel together. I mean, that's only scratching the surface.
Something maybe many people don't realize about you is how much you are an advocate for social justice and equity behind the scenes.
And he has created an amazing culture where people feel valued and respected.
Not only have you been an advocate, but you've also challenged me to think about things in new ways.
Brayer knew the right encouraging words to say in every situation.
Whether I just needed someone to listen, to understand, you've always been there for that.
That's not to say, of course, that every moment has been delightful.
One thing you should know, though, is that when you're no longer a teacher, you're no longer allowed to tell everybody what to do.
What I value about the fact that we did that together is you and I were able to, I think, make those moments more bearable for each other.
So keep that in check when you come to California and visit us. Keep that in check with your adult children. I won't even say Kristen because you know better.
I'm going to definitely miss seeing his friendly face in the halls of DGN.
You were always really big in encouraging me to take those next steps that I necessarily wouldn't have been confident enough to do if it weren't for just a little bit of an extra push.
It's been so great to know that someone has always been in my corner cheering me on as I navigate the world of music education.
It's been an emotional couple of years with me preparing myself mentally for you to move on.
I'm so happy for you and so sad for me because you're one of my favorite people.
Mr. Teague, you created such a large impact on me and all of the other students in my year and years past who came back and gloated about you.
Brayer also always went the extra mile for the school and for his students.
One of the most touching for me is when you and your family traveled to Bloomington to hear my senior recital. I truly value that you took the time to do that.
He remembered my name. After all that brief interaction, he still remembered my name and remembered who I was, and that stuck with me.
What I did keep that you brought me was this little guy right here. You brought him with the medicine and you said, "This is Get Well Mickey. If you keep him within 5 feet at all time, you're gonna be better, no problem."
Every Friday of my senior year of high school, you bought me a donut. And it was a really small gesture. Some people might think the story is stupid, but it really did mean a lot to me.
I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to get to know you, Brayer Teague.
I'm so grateful that I got to start my mornings out with you in jazz ensemble.
Getting to spend that year working alongside someone that I respected so much.
And I'm just so grateful to be included in all the family functions and to know your family so intimately.
Because of those worlds colliding for me, I felt like I was able to learn so much from you, not just about music, but how to be a good human in general. And I'm just really grateful that I had that opportunity with you.
My dad and Mr. Teague would put their heads together and come up with the best Mother's Day celebrations.
Once you set your mind to something, you definitely are loyal and see it through.
Indeed, you are remarkable, and I'm so glad I've had the opportunity and privilege to be your friend.
Of course, I remember fondly in the dark of night with your mother putting together your very first drum kit, and who knew at that time the exciting career that would unfold.
Takes me back to when we were kids. We used to play the game of life. And you'd always beat me. Boy, you pulled it off. So for starters, cheers to you for legitimately winning the real game of life.
We went to see Legally Blonde and we're sitting in the show and I was sitting right behind you. And I remember the song, Is He Gay or European, comes on and you're sitting right next to the principal who was helping to chaperone the trip at the time. Right after the show, you looked back at me and said, I think I'm gonna get fired.
I still, till this very day, tell people if they are on time to my meetings, they're absolutely late.
These shirts for the tour that we did to Rome were just simply unmatched. I can't believe the students didn't request these on subsequent tours.
You really gave me a lot of comfort and encouragement, and I really appreciate that. You made me feel extremely special and proud to be a student of yours.
There was not one day that I entered that band room where I didn't feel like you cared for me and like you cared for my well-being and my success as a student.
When he was really small, he thought the conductor with his baton was drawing the notes and the players were reading the music. And I think of this often when I'm watching him conduct, which I absolutely adore doing.
Let's talk about this.
And I cannot hear the phrase wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey without having flashbacks to Mr. Teague standing at the front of a tour bus after 24 hours on the road to Disney.
Because I went on TRS.
And his laughter made my job, which was already fun, even more enjoyable.
I tried to file a claim, 1988, broken baton against forehead. Here it is. If you pay before May 10th, it's $448. Reminder, TRS does not take credit cards.
Oh yeah, and your TikToks, that's something new that you've gotten into. So you never let your technology chops slow down.
Maybe you can drive my car. Guess I'm gonna be a star.
You
You've had such an incredible career filled with many remarkable accomplishments.
I do sincerely hope that if you have any royalties that are still heading your way from those encyclopedia days, I hope that they will help keep you afloat here as you prepare to retire. I'm also going to include with this video a list of vocational schools in the area in case you're interested in continuing your education into this next chapter. I always thought you'd make a great blacksmith, personally. Some people, when they retire, like to take up an instrument.
So one word to describe Brayer.
Workaholic.
Visionary.
Unflappable.
Trustworthy.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
You are very thoughtful in how you speak and take great care in your words.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Tech savvy.
I think incredibly talented.
One word that we thought of to describe Mr. Teague was supportive.
Supportive.
Student-focused.
Student-focused.
Student-centered.
Smart.
Sincere.
It's okay if you don't have one.
A little silly.
Selfless.
And a role model for so many.
Responsive.
Purposeful.
Anyone who knows you knows you're pretty proper.
Professional.
Professional.
And the consummate professional.
Productive.
Principled.
Positive.
Popcorn enthusiast.
Personal.
Perceptive.
Patient. Patient.
Like many people, when I think of terms that describe Brayer, I think about passionate.
Passionate.
Very organized.
Incredibly organized.
Unbelievably organized.
Organized.
Outgoing.
Optimism.
Open.
Musical.
Musical.
He is the music man.
Motivated.
Measured.
Mature.
Loving. Oh, sorry, I spoke over you. Go.
Loving.
Legacy.
Leader.
Kind.
Very kind.
Joyful. Man of integrity.
Integrity.
Inspiring.
Inspirational.
Inspiration.
Innovative.
Humble. Heroic.
Hardworking.
Gracious.
Goofy.
Giving.
Genuine.
Genuine.
Generous.
Funny.
Fun-loving.
Fun.
Fearless.
When I think of an adjective that would describe your way of working, I think of exhausting.
Well, no, wait, sorry, I gotta smile.
How about enthusiastic?
Encouraging.
Energetic.
Empowering.
Empathetic.
Easy to talk to. Earnest.
Driven.
Driven.
Devoted.
Determined.
I'm gonna go with dedicated.
Dedicated.
Consummate professional.
Confident. Compassionate.
Compassionate.
Committed.
Classy. Cheerful.
Charismatic.
Caring.
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 Very caring. Very caring. Brilliant.
I'm Diggity Brayer.
Blacksmith.
Awesome.
Attention to detail.
Ambitious.
Advocate.
Okay, maybe more than one.
Hey, Brayer. Happy to have just a small moment to say what you have meant to me.
Today, we're celebrating not just 33 years of you being a great teacher, but 33 years of you being an incredibly kind and compassionate human being.
Countless people have told you in countless words how much band means to them.
You have touched thousands of lives. Your impact stretches far beyond what you could ever imagine.
What they really mean when they say that is how much you mean to them.
If you told my freshman year self that I would be leading a trombone section at the university level 6 years later, I definitely wouldn't have believed you.
Mr. Teague taught me most of all that it's the people in the organization that matter, not the paperwork or even the finer details.
16 years later, and living in 4 different states, we're still best friends.
Forming interpersonal connections with people, sticking together with people during tough times, making the best out of rough situations.
For me, he made the DGN Fine Arts Wing feel like home.
I always wanted to be a teacher, but it wasn't until I went through the DGN band program under your direction that I wanted to be a music teacher.
I chose to be a band director because of the great influences in my life.
I've been at this school for 18 years doing general music, grades 1 through 5. I think you're a huge reason for that.
And you are a huge part of that influence.
I still remember the excitement of being in your classroom as a beginning band student.
I feel very honored
to say that I've been able to work with him all these years. Exceptionally honored to be able to call him a dear friend of mine.
You've really helped shape Kate's high school career, which helped catapult her into her college career marching band with the Marching Illini.
You developed leadership skills in students as well. I mean, just so many different things. You're just an excellent role model for them.
Brayer, I know that you have influenced a lot of people who've become musicians or music teachers, and then you've also touched people like me, total nincompoops. So congratulations for that.
You cared for students, you were there for them, you wanted them to be their best, and you were going to help them be their best.
And it has to be so weird to think that there was a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old back in 1989 in your class who was someday going to be editing your retirement video. I mean...
And someone that really, I think, shaped my high school experience for the best and also shaped me as a person. I don't really think that my high school experience would have been as incredible as it was without you.
We all want to leave positive footprints in this world, and you've left more that are going to touch people's lives for years to come.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to even continue in band, and honestly, I'm glad I did. I am forever thankful for him.
I just hope you can grasp in this moment how much of a tangible impact you have made on the Downers Grove community through your incredible service.
I had mostly kept with band because my mom said it would be a good way to make new friends in high school, but I wasn't sure that it was really my passion. That was really important to my time in high school and who I am as a person now. And even now, I'm working as a teaching assistant at a school in Austria, and I play trombone with the brass band there.
I know it's been inspirational to thousands of students, to his colleagues, and also to his former teachers.
Especially Mr. Painter, John Painter at Northwestern, who is on his shoulder at every concert.
When I think of the many students that I've had in my life and those that have done just incredible work, your name comes right to the top of my list within the first second or two that I'm thinking about such things.
You've taught hundreds of students, many of whom have been inspired to become teachers themselves, who will go on to teach hundreds of other students.
You could have done anything. You could have been a rocket scientist. But instead of doing that, you decided to become a teacher and follow your calling as a really, really, really fine musician. And because of that, the world's a better place, and those students who know you are better people, and their students are better people.
When you really think about the lasting impact of that, it's pretty damn cool.
I think that you can safely say that you have changed the world, because if only just in me, and I know it's not just in me, I know it's in so many different people, that you have created a positive, lifelong, lasting impact.
I know I wouldn't be where I am today without you. Every day I think, how can I be like Brayer?
When I think about the teachers and mentors I've had that have had a really big effect on me, you always rank really highly on that list.
I've always said that if I ever have the opportunity to accept an Oscar, I'm going to be thanking Focus on the Arts at Highland Park High School, Glenn Williams and Brayer Teague, because the two of you and Focus as an institution completely shaped who I am as a person.
It was through your program and working with you that I really learned a lot about leadership and integrity.
You instilled in me a love for music that no other music teacher had done for me up until that point.
Thanks for being the type of friend that sharpens me.
Mr. Teague, you've changed my life.
Thank you, Mr. Teague.
Thank you for everything.
And we would like to thank him for bringing music into our lives and enriching us in such a great way.
Thank you, Mr. Teague.
I think the world of you. I think the world of everything you've done.
You and your department members certainly created a fine arts program second to none.
Thank you for everything that you've given to North High, to District 99, the District 99 community, and the larger profession. Your impact in all of those areas will be felt for years to come.
I know that you're going to be missed by colleagues and these current students, but I also know that you're going to miss them, and that's going to be harder. That's going to be a longer burn. I hope for you that you can exhale a little bit and enjoy this time that you're going to have. Knowing you, you'll probably get more accomplished in whatever this next phase is than most people do in their entire lives. So that's just you. It comes with it.
We all know you'll get another job. You cannot sit still.
Enjoy it.
I know often in your career, when you weren't sure what decisions to make or how to handle a particular situation, you would often think of your most influential mentor, Mr. John Painter. And you would say, what would Mr. Painter do in this situation, or what would Mr. Painter say? Well, I know exactly what Mr. Painter would do and say if he were here today. He would stand and applaud you for the number of lives that you have positively impacted as a teacher, a musician, a spouse, a father, a friend, and a human being.
I'll now say the closing message. You did it!
Thank you, Mr. Teague. God bless.
Bye.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your retirement, Brayer.
Congratulations, Mr. Teague.
So congratulations on an amazing career. I can't wait to spend retirement with you.
Congratulations, Dad.
I love you.